fast. I will not take time. But I'm a forester like him. I can talk hours. So this is the last chapter of my PhD. I'm submitting in 2 months. I took up this study because Bhutan's management plans claimed so much that we are biodiverse, but we do not have list of frogs, snakes, lizards, nothing. So I began this study, and from forester to herpetologist, I don't know how it ended up, but I'm there. So I'm from UNE, Armitel. My actual area is, this is just, it's a social part, not actually ecology or something. I asked people in Bhutan who can read, write, who can go online and answer about what you feel about snakes and frogs. So this is how this is the background of the study. Bhutanese culture is, it's based on beliefs, a lot of myths. So I thought our attitude depend a lot on our history and culture. So to confirm that, I tried finding out what people feel about frogs and snakes. And I'm telling you, no Bhutanese like this subject. And I'm telling you, I'm the only herpetologist in the country. By the way, I'm just claiming. I'm not actually confirmed even, confirmed herpetologist. So actually, snakes evoke, like diverse emotions. They influence conservation strategies in places where data are available, but not for Bhutan, definitely. So understanding public attitude for this species were very important, especially for my thesis, because my thesis is ecology and conservation of herpet fauna in Bhutan. So to foster a sustainable relationship between humans and culture, and to ensure long-term well-being of both, this is the main idea behind my study. And these animals are all from Bhutan, not from Australia. So, like my friend said, this part, this one, was passed in the last assembly, and 52% of the country became protected. And I don't know what we are going to eat if everything is given to animals. But that's okay. Conservationists win. We win. But I don't know. Somewhere there's a loss. Very contradicting thinking in my mind as well. So my aim was to investigate attitude within the outside and inside the protected area that I have shown, and how that attitude, come up to uncover factors influencing these attitudes, and to determine willingness to conserve. I thought Bhutanese people don't like snakes. If they see on the road, it doesn't matter whether it's venomous, they will hit it. They'll just hit it and kill. So I thought maybe our people don't like to conserve snakes. Let's find out. So this is one of the objectives. So my hypothesis was that people living within the protected area would possess a greater understanding of and affinity to animals compared to those living outside. Because we have invested so much into the protected area. We have education campaigns. We have a lot of funding going through integrated conservation development programs. We supply CJS sheets, like roofings. We supply even rice cookers to the people living inside the protected area. So I thought maybe because of that, they would like animals more. But let's see how it happened. So I collected all the demographic and geographic information: age, gender, education level, income, and where they're staying, inside the protected area, outside. And then I formed a question saying, okay, how much you like the snakes and frogs? And then I listed 17 factors that influence attitude. That's based on our beliefs, Our beliefs are like snakes will take revenge. If you beat and leave it, it will come back. I don't think snakes will recognize you, but we believe that. So we are unique, So then I was trying to find out whether, agree to support conservation of snakes and frogs. So I put agree or disagree in my question, the Likert type scale, and ask qualitative data questions through open-ended questions. And my people who could read and write, go to the internet, answer questions, could pause, Because it's a long question, our people will leave it, on the way. But they can still come and complete. This is how I designed. And after building the question, put in the Qualtrics format, generate a link, and I shared this through my web page. This is the web page I run since 2014. And there are about 2,000 members, people who want to know what snakes we have. If they see on the road, they'll photograph, and many dead animal pictures I get in this form. But that's still a data, although they're dead. So I tried conditional inference tree. There's a statistical method called conditional inference tree, which the predictor variable will walk through all the response variable and divide into a tree whenever there is significance based on the p-value of 0.05. And then I conducted a chi-square test for finding out whether the attributes, factors that influence likeness for snakes are similar to those towards frogs. And then I tried a Fisher's test. This test, in a small samples, this test is really good. So I was trying to find out whether people support what type of people, by gender, by age. And the results, I'm sorry, I told you I'll not take more time, but I cannot leave it on the way, so sorry. If you look at this, many people neither liked or disliked both animals, both inside and outside the protected area. This was a good news to me because at least they have a very neutral view. But my questionnaire was only to educated people. So it became, my study topic changed. The view of the literate people of Bhutan. And in my conditional inference tree analysis, I found that gender, ladies do not like snakes so much. Significant difference between male and, yeah. And in age, the young people, they are not afraid. I think young people are better than people of my age. And in frogs, the gender again. The females, they don't like snakes, they don't like frogs. But not here, it's Bhutanese. Because you guys may sue me if I. And like I said, I listed 17 factors. This is based on the belief we have on snakes and frogs. And you will see on the top, will harm us if we harm them. The green one for snakes. This belief is scientifically not true, but our people really believe that. That's why you see a number of respondents saying yes, snakes will take revenge. But I don't think, please don't believe that. Let that belief be in Bhutan. And for frogs, they said, the red one, they said it's ugly. I don't know how snake is beautier than frogs. When I test supporting whether people are supporting the conservation of frogs or snakes, I found that there's strong association between age and support to conservation of frogs, and between gender and conservation to snakes. So when we plan frogs or snake conservation, we do a separate planning, not together. And then, like I said, it's a blend of fascination and caution. They like snakes. They also don't like, because snakes are important for ecology, those who understand. But those who don't understand, it's like they don't like it. So now Bhutan can now at least start listing the animals, snakes and frogs. We have a long list of birds and mammals in the protection list of the Forest and Nature Conservation Acts. That started in 1969, but we never have the list of frogs or snakes or lizards. So I'm saying we should now start, because my study says that people do respect snakes and frogs. There were significant differences in factors influencing attitude towards frogs and snakes. Factors that influence attitude towards frogs, it does not influence attitude towards snakes. So, like what I said earlier, we do a separate plan for frogs as well as frogs, and separate one for snakes. So religious significance, local deity status. Our snakes are Lu, Lu. Local deities, for our foreign friends here, Australian friends here. They will respect our snakes, If we cut that tree, that we have that big snake there, so we cannot. Otherwise, we will have wounds everywhere. There's a lot of beliefs. But in frogs, we need compassion, We like frogs because they are harmless. In that way, the factors that influence snakes and frogs differ by a significant margin. And like I said, many people supported conservation of both the snakes and frogs. So now, Bhutan would have a list of frogs and snakes. And we have endemic species like Bhutan dot, which is not found anywhere in the world, but not protected. Now this can be put in the law. And I'll push this through my research. And our policymakers hopefully will decide in favor of these animals. And so I think I'll keep it here for the interest of our hungry friends. Otherwise, I thank my supervisors, Deb Bauer. She's a famous turtle scientist in Australia. Carl Warnes, again one Bhutan friend, and my boss, Finstrile, who is in Perth now. And I have my friend, Matt Taggi, who taught me how to do the conditional inference test. And respondents in Bhutan, I'm thankful to them because I would not get this result if they don't go into the internet, open the link, start punching in. So I'm thankful to them. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. I think we've got time for a question if anyone has one. Yes.
Sampo, thank you for your presentation. I just wanted to know if you could just give more context towards the role of snakes and being identified as Lu, like local deities. Like, to what extent did you ask your participants about how they conceived of snakes and the notion of Lula?
I asked 39 questions, and I just chose 3 of them to make my life easy. This is there, but I know I know what I got, actually. At least 70% of the respondents believe that our snakes are deities, So, majority of Bhutanese, they're also educated. Forget those who cannot go to internet and answer. So, we are strongly a conservationist society. We shine because of conservation. We are always champion in conserving, and we are still doing it. And we are, I think, more connectivity, like more corridors are coming up. So be happy to be jungle.
Hello. Hello. Okay. With regard to believing snakes as loo, I think that is really widely prevalent, and it has in fact diverted a lot of projects, development projects in Bhutan. One of which is the road that with a very narrow bend in Wansisina. So at the time when they were starting to blast the rock over there, at the top they found few snakes residing there, and they thought, okay, that is maybe there is a local deity residing in the form of snake, and they did not actually blast the rock. Instead, they conserve it, and then they stretch the road by constructing walls from below. And that's why we have a narrow bend in Wansisina currently. And many of the people who were passing by, they went up and offered milk, and then I think dogs nearby, stray dogs nearby, tried to share that and got bitten, and yeah, they were harmed severely. So there were some, and then in many of the remote Bhutan, there were cases where when they started with a development project, they happened to encounter snakes, and then they shifted the places because they thought probably it is not a good sign. Some Lu or deity is residing there and may not want to share that place with us. So that has happened in Bhutan. And I think probably this belief is helping us conserve snakes.
Yes.
But now in your study, looking from that point of view, and you would like to, again, conserve, how would you conserve that belief? Because this is now changing in Bhutan. Because we are no longer believing into wanting to attach our belief to things like this, to the spirit world. Rather, we would like to have a scientific way of reasoning so that we now start believing differently, similar to the advanced world. So how would you protect that belief if you think it is serving us in preserving the snakes?
That's a very interesting question. But as a conservationist, I am a very hardcore conservationist, I served Forest Department for last 23 years. I'm still with them. I would love to continue with the belief. And I think it's not going anywhere. It will not move much, that belief, because I interviewed people who could, only literate people I interviewed. So they strongly believe that our snakes are. So that way, I think we don't have an immediate concern to say we'll keep. But like you said, the youth, the younger generations, I think we should tell the story of how the trees are important for two snakes to maintain that. But this another area we can explore, and I read a lot of literature about the belief written by researchers in Bhutan. So they actually promote, they put it so beautifully that this belief will remain for long. Yeah.
I think I come from an area in Bhutan where snake is evidently found. It can be found in your house, everywhere, almost in your boxes. And it's a place where, like you said, where snakes, like the moment people see snakes, they will kill it. But my interaction with you, like you said that the snakes in Bhutan are not so poisonous. But I forgot to ask you in details, like if you can tell everyone like
Yeah. Okay.
how poisonous our snakes are.
It's a really good question. We have about 5-6 venomous species, but only 1 or 2 lethal that can kill you. So it's safe to say, that our snakes, most of our snakes are non-venomous. But what we have to do is to tell them every snake on the road is not venomous and stop them kill it. We have black rat. Black rat is one one species whose antivenom is yet to be discovered. So we have 1 or 2 cases of death every year from these animals, like black rat, but not majority of the species. And Trongsa has death cases, actually, because they believe the snake's tongue, tongue has venom. No. Tongue is the filler, to find out what's there around, what to eat, where to go. But the venom, they have a fang inside the jaw, it's hooked inside. One incident in 2021, I was already here by the time. A young boy, he put black rat, he caught the black rat, removed the tongue, and threw it. The other boy went, caught it, and he thought, okay, now his tongue is removed, it's no more venomous. He started putting fingers in the mouth. This guy died. He was just 21. He died. So this is how education problem, not the species problem.
Thank you.